So joined now by Maryland offensive coordinator Walt Bell. And tell me, this was an exciting class because it's the first full recruiting cycle. How did that go, and how different is that from last time around?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is just to have your full 16-month cycle, and that's really what it takes to not only build the type of relationships, to recruit the caliber of players that we have in this class, but to also know everything that you need to know about those guys, how they're going to fit, how they're going to survive in your program, and kind of how they're going to track, throughout their career as well. So it's a big day for us, obviously a lot of improvement, because without great players, I can't be a great coach, and today I'm a much better coach than I was yesterday.
Absolutely. Now, recruiting in the DMV, we call it DC, Maryland, Virginia. That's huge for you guys, and you guys were so successful at it this time around. I'm sure it's something you want to build on, but how important is it to tap this pool of talent in the direct area?
Yeah, and for us, we're one of the few schools in the Big Ten, with a self-sustaining recruiting footprint. Within 2.5, 3 hours of this campus, we can get enough guys to compete for a Big Ten championship. And there are a lot of schools in this league that can't say that, and for us, to establish kind of that baseline, to make it okay, to stay home, to come home, to be around home, because eventually what you want to happen is it becomes a self-fulfilling thing, where last year's kids, recruit the kids that are in next year's class, and hopefully it builds and builds and builds, and eventually it just becomes what happens, and you do 2 or 3 of these in a row, you're going to have a chance to all of a sudden, go compete for a Big Ten championship.
You have got to be excited about the run game next year. Of course, you add 4-star recruit Anthony McFarland out of DeMatha. That was such a huge get, and of course you mentioned tapping these kids in the DMV area, but when you add that to the backfield you already have, pretty exciting things.
Yeah, and it's not just Ant, also Javon Lake, even though he's a Carolina kid, we've added some great talent in the backfield. The thing that makes Ant so special, is he can kind of play everywhere. He can go in the slot, he can go outside, inside, tailback. He's a kid that we can move around. He's a human Swiss Army knife. He's a multi-purpose tool that's going to help us, play faster and be more dynamic. But no, we've got great talent coming back, great talent coming in. It's going to create great competition, and so that's a position group we feel really good about going forward.
And finally, what can you say about Coach Durkin? He is such a good recruiter. What's it like watching him go through the motions and do what he does? When it comes to the recruiting game, it's very different than what we've seen here at Maryland in years past.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, it's not the style in which he recruits, it's how relentlessly we recruit. And I say we, it's our whole staff. We're persistence hunters. We don't have a ton of skill. We don't have that special sniper rifle. We don't have that special bow. We walk and chase you until you fall over and give up, and kind of submit. And, we're persistence hunters, and we just keep on and we stay nice and steady from the start to the finish. And I think that's something that people identify with. There aren't the big lulls in the relationship, and I think that's how you build a relationship where they know on a consistent basis that you're there for them, that you care about them, that you're invested in their success. And I think just how relentlessly that we recruit is what makes us special.
It certainly is an impressive class. Thank you so much for taking the time.